Once upon a time, there lived a businessman who had a very close assistant. The assistant had a habit of looking at every situation that occurred in life, whether it was positive or negative, by saying that this is good and has happened for a reason. One day, the businessman and his assistant were out on a hunting expedition. The assistant would load and prepare the guns for the businessman. The assistant had apparently done something wrong in preparing one of the guns, for after taking the gun from his assistant, the businessman fired it and his thumb was blown away. Examining the situation, the assistant remarked as usual, "This is good, this is good." To which the businessman replied, "No, this is not good at all." And he called police to put his assistant into jail. After 2 years, the businessman was hunting in an area that he should have known to stay clear of. Unfortunately, he was captured by the people who used to live in the jungle. They captured the businessman and took him to their village. They tied his hands, stacked some wood, set up a stake, and bound him to the stake. As they came near to set fire to the wood, they noticed that the businessman was missing a thumb. Being superstitious, they never ate anyone who was less than whole. So after untying the businessman, they chased him out of the village. The businessman was released from them. His life was just rescued because of missing the thumb. When the businessman reached his house, he was reminded of the event that had taken his thumb and felt remorse for his treatment of his assistant. He went immediately to the jail to speak with his assistant. "You were right," the businessman said. "It was good that my thumb was blown off." And he proceeded to tell the assistant all that just happened to him. "I am very sorry for sending you to the jail for so long. It was bad for me to do this." "No," his assistant replied. "This is good, this is good." "What do you mean, this is good? How could it be good that I sent my assistant to jail for 2 years? The businessman's assistant replied, "If I had not been in jail, I would have been with you, and they would catch me and they would put me on the fire." See, in life, there is always a good reason behind everything good or bad that happens. It is just that we are not always be able to understand the wisdom of Allah at the very moment the event takes place in our life. We only understand if the event gives an apparent positive result. We think that is only good for us. But sometimes it happens that the results are apparently not positive, but in the long term they turn to be positive, which takes a year or 2 or more to understand. But at the very moment we do not understand that. So let us be positive and understand that everything happens for a reason, and there is wisdom of Allah behind those events. That is the moral of the story. See you in the next story.